One of the challenging issues on the Adams property is that of snow drifting on their driveway. They're at a high elevation, so they get a lot of snow, and they also get quite a bit of wind in this area. Unfortunately, their driveway was built on the east side of a hill. This allows the hill to act as basically a windbreak because the winds generally come out of the west or northwest during the winter. The snow falls out of the air and it drifts down on the driveway. So they spend a lot of their winter digging out just to get to town and back.
This is a spot where I managed to pick probably the worst drifting place on this property to build a road. And where we're standing is just about in the middle of where it's the deepest. And it'll, over the winter, the course of the winter and the freeze thaw, it'll go up and down, but generally in this area through here it'll stay at about 30 inches to 3 feet deep. And it's pretty consistent, but it doesn't take long into the winter to bury that fence, and right behind that this one will be buried too, and this whole draw will fill up. So there's roughly maybe 120 feet here that's just a real pain in the neck.
Sure. Well, one of the biggest issues I see at this moment is obviously this big hill behind us is creating our problem. On top of the hill we got a rock outcrop, so as far as planting another living snow fence or planting species in there is going to be a challenge. A, to get them to grow, B, to get them up to the level that they need to be effective to control the snow on this road. We're looking at a significant time frame there. I think one of our things that we need to look at right here is doing a hard structure such as a 4-foot picket fence, or maybe even a little higher. I recommend the 4-foot right now because it's cost effective. Maybe doing a couple layers to try to keep all that snow up on the hill and keep it from landing down here, or at least extend us out to where if you are plowing snow it's later in the season, so that you're not out here spending as much time pushing snow.
That would be terrific.
When I say a hard structure, I'm recommending doing an H-brace on the ends and then just putting a picket fence in there and just tightening it up real tight. A couple wires on there to let it rest against to kind of give it some support.
And that wire would just be a twisted wire,
yeah,
like a barbed wire without the barbs?
Yep, just a regular smooth wire. Just run it across there.
Okay. Well, I'd like to get that into place this winter. Give it a shot.
The Adams decided to build 2 fences on the hill above their driveway. These were put up in the fall of 2010. As you recall, the winter of 2010-2011 was a very snowy one for the state, with record snowpacks in many parts of the state. The snow fence worked well in October and into December. Then the snow fences started to fill up with snow, and some drifting started to occur again across the driveway. So the Adams met in April 2011 with Martin Curry to discuss what other options they could do to take care of this portion of the snowfall.
But yeah, if you can get another fence in here, it just gives you that much more snow capturing ability. You know, and as far as planting trees, it's something that we could do, but like I said, you're never going to see. You would never see this, what you saw this year, on living snow fence for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, it'll take that long.
We've got a bunch of little trees up there, and they're all growing and doing pretty well, but you know, that we bought them, maybe this tall and they're this tall. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think this is another option, is just to give you one more area to capture snow, and that may push you into January before it's fill up. And like I say, looking at this year, we did get a little more snow than normal. I mean, we're 140% snowpack on the snows. Compared to last year at this time, they were at 80%. We just looked at the report this morning. So we did see more snow. Is that going to be the norm? I don't know. If it's not, this may push you into February if we don't see the snows.
That'd be all right.
You know, it all depends on the seasons. Well, I'm glad it worked a little.
I would. I think it's great.
And so they have a couple of options. One is to put in another row of snow fence. The second would be to relocate the road to a portion of the property where it won't drift as badly. They decided that their best choice for them was to put in another row of snow fence to catch a little more of the snow out of the air and to extend their season that they don't have to plow.